Hello, good evening, ladybugs and yellow jackets. Welcome to this week's episode of FAE News here on FAE Productions. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly, and tonight I am here with Count Morbid, who is out. Cut it out, right? You're all Gunther Hammerhands. And Stormi Faye. Welcome back, Stormi. And Ion the Leprechaun. Also, hypothetically famous Dana, but we're not entirely sure because
I think she's having problems with her magic mirror. I think her magic mirror may be out for the night.
Yes, the optical eye is acting strange for her right now. So I think she's trying to resolve that. And if she does, then we can expect to see her later on. If she does not, then we will not. Yeah, pretty straightforward. I really want to do my hair like yours, Stormi. It's so cute.
It's so easy and comfy because it sits like right at the top of your head, so it's nice and balanced. I get headaches.
I don't have bangs because I have my fairy locks up front, so I don't have the cute little...
It's still cute without bangs.
Although it makes me think of a story if you want to hear my story.
I'm always down for
No.
Okay, story second. First things first. Please hit the like and subscribe button, everybody, and also bump that bell if you want to get notifications of our future shows. We are on Wednesday, which means we will have author reads on Friday, and then also handmade home shopping on Sunday. Don't miss notifications for getting those. And then also a shout out to today's show sponsor, which is Manifest Magical Pendants. Oh, and I don't even know where I put their thing. Here we go. Manifest Magical Pendants is... Samantha is the artist, and she makes really beautiful jewelry pieces skillfully crafted, and they are hand sculpted, a variety of clay and crystal pendants. Each of them takes on their own unique personality based on the crystals that she chooses, and she travels all around the world to get them. So everything is going to be unique, and you could get stones from really far away. She works with stones such as lapis lazuli, quartz, selenite, tiger's eye, all the favorites and more. If you want something custom as well, that is a thing that she can work with you on. And the best place to find and contact her is on her Instagram. That information is going down below. And it's also in the low bar of this video before and after the show, and indefinitely, because these videos don't come down. So please feel free to check her out. Give her some likes and follows. And thank you, Samantha / Manifest Magical Pendants, for supporting us. And I think with that said, now story time. Actually, I really like that shirt you're wearing too. Did you just get a whole bunch of new clothes? Because you've been gone actually since before the holidays, because you had younglings in town.
Yeah, my younglings in town, and it was wonderful.
I think it's called a great many things. I think there's Christmas, yes.
Well, I was going to say, Stormi looks more like clear blue skies tonight.
Stormi looks like the way it looked this morning when we got up after there was so many winds blowing a gale that everybody lost power. Like 300,000 people, they say, lost power, which is crazy.
Yes, but much more of a clear blue sky than Stormi.
I know. I'm relaxed. I'm chill today. We're chilling. I got it from Miss Penelope Pendragon, actually.
You're not really Stormi Faye. That's what that is.
Wait, what about Pendragon? What?
Stormi, wait.
Miss Penelope Pendragon, she actually did this to me.
Oh. Well, that is awesome. I'm jelly. I like it. I mean, she gives me gifts now and again too, but I'm also jelly of your gifts. I mean, these things are not mutually exclusive, though. I could still like your stuff and also like my stuff.
She's just got good. She knows what you like. She always gives me something. She's like, I thought this would look good on you.
That's essentially how it goes, though.
The princess is just saying, the princess wants all the gifts, all of them.
Well, of course, as in her nature of being princess.
I'm just saying that the Wish Fairy once gave her a thong, and I don't think it's because she looked good in it.
Just saying.
Sir, that was an eye patch. I mean a slingshot. Okay. Now I feel like I have to actually tell that story first instead of the bangs story, because Count Morbid is making a face like, what?
I'm curious. I need to know.
Okay. You don't think I should tell this story, Count Morbid?
I disagree with him.
I think it's a story in good fun. I think it's okay to tell. It's kind of an inside joke. So in the movie that we made last
Very
year,
inside.
not that inside, in the movie we made last year, Time to Wake Up, you will see a part where the pirates are about to say something, and then it cuts to me, and I have an eye patch on, and I throw my eye patch up. Okay, so that eye patch has a little bit of a history. I want to say a couple of years right before that, I was working, Penelope had invited me to the Oregon Renaissance, or not Oregon Renaissance Fair, the Oregon Country Fair, to help out with the Wish Wagon, because it was right after Canterbury. And so I said, I've never actually been to Country Fair, so I'd love to go. Yay! So I go down there. And I received somewhere along this way, maybe in the week or whatever in between, I had got a package that I had ordered from just some cheapy website of this corset, just one of those really cheap ones, because I thought, well, this will be a good thing to have as a backup just in case. So I have this thing, it comes, I have never even unwrapped it. It's just been going around with me in my suitcase, and it's still all packaged up and everything. Well, so we get out to Country Fair, and for whatever reason, I needed to now wear this backup corset. So I'm getting ready on a Saturday or Sunday morning or whatever, and I'm getting all fairyed up, and I pull this corset out and I unwrap it from the package, and it has come with this. So this corset is kind of like canvas feeling, right? It's not a soft, it's not a brocade. It's not a soft satin or anything like that. It's sort of a canvas thing, right? And so, I mean, it was cheap. It was like $20 or something because it was on sale and whatever. And it was just meant to be a backup. Well, so I get this out and I'm like, oh man. And out of the package falls this little triangle piece of canvas, like this, right? And it's literally a triangle piece of the same canvas that matches the corset with strips of elastic, not even covered elastic, just straight up elastic. And I pull it out and I'm like, what is this? It came with this thong, right? And I had no idea. I'm looking at it, I'm just incredulous. Who would wear this thing? How uncomfortable at a minimum. Count Morbid would wear it. Okay. So whatever. So I chucked the thing aside and continue to get ready, and we go out and go about our work for the day. And somewhere along the way, in the next several hours, 12 hours or so, I think, the Wish Fairy, out of nowhere, don't even remember what I was doing, and she just says, hey, Princess Lolly. And I turn around and she's got this slingshot and she's like, whoosh, and she just fired something at me. I don't know, like a marshmallow, because we had marshmallow guns or something. And she just fired this thing at me. And I was like, oh, what is happening? And she's laughing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that thing? Or what are you doing? And I look and I was like, oh my gosh. Is that the thong? And she had gone out into the woods. She found a Y branch and she painted it all pink, and she tied that thong to this branch and made it into a slingshot.
And this is why she is my favorite person.
And so I when I realized that, I was laughing so hard. My eyes were watering. I'm just like trying not to have all the magical fairy makeup go everywhere. Right. And I think Pasco was there with us, and he was like, it was just hilarious. And so anyway, so that then traveled around with me in the snailer for all this time. And eventually I brought it into the house because it just kind of became notorious, right? This thong slingshot thing that she had made. Well, so when we went to film the movie, Time to Wake Up. When we went to film Time to Wake Up, there was a part in my script where I had to read a line that was in response to pirates. And I had done a different version of it. I did a couple of takes of that. And in the second take, I guess I had decided, you know what? I should be a fairy pretending to be a pirate.
Yes.
So I was because I'm responding to pirates. So I should get dressed up in like fairy pirate cosplay, right? To just kind of be silly. Well, so then I thought, because I couldn't go out. I mean, that day was the day that I had to get things to her. There was no time to do something like go in search of an eye patch. And I thought, well, I need an eye patch if I'm going to be a pirate, right? And I'm looking around and I said, oh my gosh, we should use the slingshot. Just untie that thong and I'll just like fashion it into this eye patch. So, but I didn't tell her I was going to do that, right? And so I just did the thing and I filmed it. And then when she was going through all of the footage to put it together, and decide what she wanted, there's this piece of footage where I'm like pretending to swing around a sword, and I turn to the camera and I go, whoosh, and I throw back my eye patch and I point the sword at the camera. And I'm like, hey, right? And of course, she sees the eye patch and she realizes what the eye patch originally was. And she was just like, oh my God, the eye patch. And I was like, gotcha back. Like, it was so funny. And then it was because it did it in there. Like I kind of threw that in there as a silly option, but then she decided that was what she was going to go with for the final cut. And she kept that piece in the movie. And so when I saw it, then I was like, oh my God, you used it.
It's an Easter egg.
It was kind of an Easter egg a little bit.
From one of the great poets of our age. I like it. I like it when the beat goes dun 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 dun. Baby, make your booty go dun 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 dun. Baby, I want you to show dun 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 that thong 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 thong.
Yes.
From the thong song.
Yeah. I remember that song. It went.
I think that's the only lyrics I can read out loud. I don't think there's a lot of lyrics from that I can read out loud.
You can read them all out loud, I'm sure, but just not here. Yeah, so that was basically that story. And I don't know, how are you guys doing this week? And so so for the upcoming war, we are using Fae underwear as weapons.
Yes, 100%.
Aye. If
use a bra, you can fit two things in.
If this is the next Fae war, if that's the next Fae war, it gives a whole new meaning to going commando.
It's so embarrassing.
I'm just, oh man, I'm like a double slingshot,
You may as well just use a bra and shoot coconuts. That's all I'm saying.
That's kind of what Stormy said. She said you could have dual action, dual barrel action if you use the bra.
Yes.
Have a cancel at the bolt.
Yeah, this needs to happen at some point when we bring back for the festival.
Like when we actually can do things in person again. I know, and I don't know what we're gonna do this year, because normally by this time in the year for Fairy Blossom, I'm already scoping vendors. I have all my vendor forms set up so they can go and apply to the festival and do the thing. And this year I have done none of that because I feel unconvinced that we're even really gonna be able to, We're
seems unlikely. Yeah.
it does seem really unlikely. And I mean, I think that the opening schedule, like they have some new thing for reopening here, and I don't know exactly how it works because I haven't looked at it, but I just don't really I don't really get the feel that trebuchet those suckers. I'm sorry, I read a comment and it interrupted my thought.
Sadly, I think the most we can hope for is perhaps something more informal than usual. Just because we can't plan very much at the moment.
You know, I did. So I was talking in the hedge with Persephone, and sorry, we have two Persephones. So De Winters and Branwyn, I guess, the magical name if we were to use that. And they were suggesting that we could do a rotating event, which was this cool idea I had not heard of. And so the idea is that you get a space like a small banquet room or ballroom, and you set up. And what you do then is based on the capacity of the room that it can have to keep people at safe COVID whatever's, then say like at 10 o'clock, you can have, I'm just throwing random numbers out there. Let's say you can have 10 people. So at 10 a.m. is when you open your doors and 10 people can come in for an hour. They can have whatever it is that they're doing, et cetera, et cetera. And then as they cycle out, your 11 o'clock people arrive, and then your 12, your noontime people arrive. And that way people can kind of come through, maybe have a little, have a little whatever it is that you decide you're going to do, and then go, and people can still kind of do the thing, right? So I thought that might actually be, I mean, she only told me about it yesterday, so it hasn't really had time to percolate in my head how that could be capitalized on, but I think it's actually kind of a cool idea, right? And it could be a fun way to make some kind of an ongoing game throughout the day where everybody comes and does something, and then after the fact follows up either in the hedge or follows up on the website or something like that with, I don't know. So I just need to let it percolate a little bit, but I really kind of liked that idea because I thought, well, it's better than nothing, right? I mean, it's not perfect, but it's, I mean, we would just, what?
Adjusting to our situation.
It's sort of stressful. So I've been doing double Cinderella duty this year because I want to get out of here and into wherever we're going to land and start building out Dreamhaven in the land of real. And so I've been kind of doing double duty driving in the evenings after the shows or after I'm done with whatever work, sometimes till 4 a.m. in the morning. And one of the things I've just noticed about it is that when I step outside and get outside of these walls, it is almost like my eyes feel like they're stretching, sort of like when you've been sitting down for a really long time and you stand up and you stretch your legs. I feel like my eyes being able to see far to a horizon, as opposed to the wall right there. It's like, stretching my eyes, and I want to open them so wide, and I want to drink everything in, and even though it's basically just regular urban roads, right? There's nothing, a Starbucks, a Target, So I think my eyes get the most wide every time I go by something that's like an Azteca, because I'm like, it's been almost a year since I could eat out at an actual Mexican restaurant.
Right.
I want an enchilada so bad, and all the chips and salsa that I could possibly eat.
Can you actually say front and Aztec in the same sentence?
Can I actually say what?
Sorry. All right, I was randomly on Azteca because you said real Mexican food and then you said Aztec. So I have a small anecdote, which is years and years ago, my Morbid's family went to an Azteca that unfortunately was probably subpar compared to the rest of them. And we had somebody with us to dinner, and he kept looking down under the table. And eventually we said, "What are you doing?" He says, "I keep checking to make sure my leather shoes are still there because I keep thinking that's what I'm eating."
No bueno. Well, and I mean, not this last December, but the one before, you were in actual Mexico too.
It was one on the Washington coast. It was one on the Washington coast. It was not a good one, but
for your sunny
they're better in other places.
You have had the chance to experience true Mexican, authentic Mexican food from Mexico.
Yes. Yes.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what I ate there. I mostly ate on the ship.
I lived in SoCal for a long time, so
I think I had some tacos at a bar, and a coconut. I had a lovely coconut.
I'm just gonna say that you can get real Mexican food here in America off of a food cart.
That's true.
I mean,
yes. I mean, basically, you were talking about my trip to Mexico, and in some ways, I was saying that yes, there is probably about as much authentic Mexican food here as the amount that I ate while I was in Mexico, because I mostly ate on the ship.
Did you even leave the ship?
But there's also some lovely Mexican food. Well, I would eat, and the excursions were not very long. Some places you've been like 8 hours off the ship, somewhere less. There was much more time spent on the ship than off. And also the food on the ship was already included, and I didn't have to pay any extra like I would off the ship.
I mean, that's true, but also the exchange rate was probably in your favor, right? So there's also that. Oh man, I'm a little amused.
That's where you get the Mexican Viagra, so that's where the money went.
Did you actually see as much of Mexico as you ate in Mexico? Like you just sort of cruised by the coast on your ship, and you were like, "There's the shore." I
saw a bit more.
I saw a tree.
I did spend a bit more time, although basically one entire. I think there were only 3 days really off the ship in Mexico, and one day was me entirely with a pirate ship, which was a wonderful adventure, but wasn't necessarily a great way to see Mexico. Yes, there was some lovely walking and beaches and local flavor.
I don't know. All I know is that I want to eat so much Mexican food. But I've had this experience, at least in part, one other time, and that was when I was in the UK, and in all of London for something like 3 months, I could not find a single Mexican restaurant. I could find every kebab place and all the Indian food that you would ever want to eat, which is delicious, and I love Indian food.
It is easier. It is a little easier to find Mexican food in Mexico than the UK. That's true.
Yeah,
that is a true thing.
You,
I had New Orleans food. I had
alligator before.
When I was in. No, but I had it while in Oxford.
In Oxford? How can you, what?
Yeah, Cajun food in the UK.
I think
that was their idea of fine dining. That was a fancy restaurant over there.
There are places closer to home that you could go to have some Cajun food. You don't have to go all the way to Oxford for that.
I have had it here as well. Yes.
So speaking of all of this travel, do you know what the rules about travel are going to be? Do you have to go and have a test? Do you have to have an inoculation? What does anybody happen to know? I do not, which is why I ask.
No, it's just the airplane. A lot of people aren't traveling, and most of the airplanes, they just do a social distancing type of thing. And I think it also depends on where you're going and coming from. But we had to get the kids, so literally it was like him and like 2 other people in their plane.
What, like a whole jet airliner?
Yeah, like they're just very small.
Wow.
Wear your mask the entire time.
Wow. That is fascinating.
Yep.
Is it cheaper to fly right now because of that?
Um,
Or is it more expensive, do you think?
I feel like it's cheaper, but we also like we're watching to get like the cheapest tickets, and we found some for like $50. So
Well, and you also are down there, in Sin City. So
Beach
well, there's so many flights. I mean, it's one of the cheapest places to fly, right?
yeah, exactly. So it's convenient.
There is that. That's handy dandy.
But yeah,
So-
we're only doing it just because we want to give we have to give the kids. So
So, do you want to hear my story about bangs? It's 8 o'clock. I should do the drawing for the hat. I did not have time to get a vendor for the interview this week. So
you have lots of stories.
oh, so many things happened in this one last week. It's been unbelievable. So, yes.
Why don't we do the drawing and then talk about those things?
Okay, we could do that. Okay, so the drawing was for, let me pull up a picture of, if I can find them, because I know that they were sent to me. I just want to show you guys what they were. They're from our vendor last week, which was Horse and Round Studios, and Kathy, all the way from having the live sheep shearing them, dyeing, spinning, and then eventually knitting or crocheting her products. Like, she goes the whole handmade mile. Yeah, it's awesome, actually. Let me see here. It was, here we go. Nope, I'm just trying to look for the thing. Oh, don't everybody be quiet all at once.
I do come here and entertain everyone.
Okay, where
Quick,
was I on the
dance.
thong song?
No, okay, I found the pictures, guys. Hey, no. Okay, I did actually find the pictures. That part was true, but also I don't want to hear Morbid sing the thong song. So, can you blame me? So this is what we're doing a drawing for, and is this it? Yes, yes, this little hat, and it's cool because the top opens, and then you can put your hair through it and then tie it. If I understand correctly, that is the case. Anyway, so drawing for that hat.
We should have mailed one to Stormi to model it.
I know, it would have been perfect with her hair today, huh?
I know. So much of it.
Okay, and so that brings us then to the Wheel of Win, and we have new names on the wheel because yay, new Patreon patrons.
Yay.
This is how Morbid expresses exuberance, you see. Yay. It's that Monty Python, remember? And then they ate Robin's minstrels. Yay.
Yay.
So Robin ran away. Bravely ran away. When they reared its ugly head, bravely turned away. Look at that bun. Oh, he's so cute. Hi, bun. Oh, I'm like, hey, Stormi, have a camera. Feed your bun. Make him cute. Oh,
Make your animal
Shake your
perform.
bum. Wait, no.
Dance, bunny. Dance.
You think he have food, he'll do whatever.
Your bunny looks more like a black vortex than usual.
I know, against
They look more like a black hole than usual.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Cerulean Witch. So your dragon made you wear a mask to go to Paris. Did you have to quarantine after you got there, or how did that work?
I didn't.
Well, yeah, but you flew within the United States.
International flights are probably a different thing.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So let's see. Well, I'm pretty sure that Gunther and Ion are okay. Gunther has himself on mute because he's sitting just to the side of me, so we can probably hear each other through microphones. So one of us is staying muted, like muting back and forth. That way we're not both picking up and having a feedback loop. So
I'm also not feeling very well.
yeah.
Also,
shocked by the accusation that I cast harmful spell on people.
Shocked.
Shocked. The accusations are troubling, I'm sure.
Also, I'm going to cast the shock spell.
Like, shock the monkey.
I mean, Morbid looks perpetually aghast, but you know, I'm sure he's just
a lightning spell. Call it the shocker.
Oh my god.
No.
Even Stormy down there was like, wait a minute, no, I heard that, right? Okay, so these are all of our Patreon patrons and YouTube subscribers, everybody. This is our list, and I will put them on the names onto the wheel. We will hit start for the awesome handmade hat from Horse and Round. And congratulations, Alex White. You are the winner. We will reach out to you after the show with information so that we can get you your prize. So I know it's always more fun to get something like that in the mail than bills.
Oh, for sure.
Right? So, okay, so here we go. Here's my story about bangs. When I was a young lady,
Oh my god, bangs.
yes. So I used to have bangs very similar to yours, Stormy.
Why are we having this conversation again?
Well, because I thought
this is not relevant to anything.
Because I saw Stormy's bangs, and then it reminded me of a story, and I
don't
wanted
like it.
I don't like it. What are you like now? I need to nap. Super
I feel like this whole thing became about a fashion salon, and I don't want. No. I think I'm gonna go take a nap.
No, you don't want to hear my bang. Okay, I won't tell her.
I don't know why it's a thing.
Because it's funny. That thing is cute, Count Morbid. What is it?
Well, it's a little. Basically, well, it's like a little board house or something, but it can be decorated. Because I've been thinking of getting, is it called decoupage, where you take wacky paper and use the
Mod Podge.
Mod glue and.
I love Mod Podge.
Yes.
Yes, I've been thinking of doing craft projects of spookiness.
Craft projects.
I didn't know if anybody else had experience doing Mod Podge.
I do.
Anyone else?
I've done it.
Has anyone else?
All I use. That
and that's what she's drinking right now. Mod Podge.
Are you drinking hot Podge?
I am drinking Mod Podge.
Stick your bunny to the wall. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is it dairy free?
Dairy free.
Well, I'm allergic to dairy. I wouldn't want to drink it if it has dairy.
I didn't know that. Maybe I did know that.
Know what?
What else are you allergic to, Count Morbid? I mean, so like allergic.
He's allergic to color.
If you have it, do you die if you have it? I just don't want to accidentally give you something that might kill you.
Like flowers.
A heart.
I have to let flowers die before I send them to Count Morbid.
It'd be worse if we gave her food.
Actually, I mean that's almost kind of endearing. I sort of want to do that. I sort of want to go find flowers and just throw them into my dryer, not like a clothing dryer. A dehydrator. Throw them into a dehydrator and wait till they dehydrate. And then I'll have flowers to send to Count Morbid for Valentine's Day.
Snip off the top and just send the stems.
I could also just come and pour bleach on your rose bushes to water them.
Yeah, given that it is one of my roommate's roses, I don't think that would go super well.
He will be the first one to point fingers. He'll be like, that was Lolly. You need to go and plot to kill her. That is what will happen. I actually don't know if pouring bleach in the ground would kill a plant. I mean, I kind of assumed that it would, but
bad. I'm just going to assume it's bad. I don't think that bad.
That's what I would think too. But then again, I also can't keep any plants alive. Basically, if you want to grow the grass, if you want me to grow the grass, if you want me to mow the grass, you will have way more luck and success. Even the house Lou, when he left, he said, because I basically nearly killed the poinsettia that we had for Christmas. I mean, it did get knocked over and eaten by cats a lot, but also I didn't really water it.
And it's dead now because the house Lou left. The end.
No, he left us with instructions. I don't remember them, but I bet Ion remembers them.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
Which one of us is going to follow the instructions then?
Aren't poinsettias poisonous to cats?
No, they are not. I looked that up because I had heard the same thing. So I went in search of research on that.
Are you saying that's a conspiracy theory from poinsettia dealers?
I mean,
an insidious plot to preserve their plants?
Yes, it was a war on poinsettias. Okay. So I went in search of information on that because I had heard the same thing, and as it turns out, they are not. They might give your kitty an upset stomach, but they are not going to hurt your cat really. I guess if your cat ate enough of it, but if it eats enough of anything, then that will, So they definitely gack more on their own fur than they do on the poinsettia. That's what they cough up, fur balls. That's why cats eat grass, actually, because it makes their stomach, it makes them regurgitate hairballs that are in their system, which is better for them to do than to process it. So,
which is why in the morning when I walk out of my room, I step into a bunch of cat gack.
Yeah.
Because it's a thing.
I'm just laughing.
I can't throw up.
Oh man. And also I forgot to invite you guys at the beginning of the show because I was just so excited about getting into all of the other things. Uh-oh, I don't even have it here. I have to find it someplace else. Let's see here. Nope. I'm looking for my banner. Yes, this. Forgot to invite you guys. Imbolc, February 2nd, we are doing a candle exchange. And this is the link to sign up for the candle exchange. And actually, I want to tell you guys a little bit about what we're doing for this one, because we've been doing a lot of exchanges as a way to be able to interact with each other from afar. But this one, we're doing a little bit different. So, of course, one of the struggles of an exchange is you go out, you have to get the thing, then you have to package the thing and mail the thing and do all the things with the things. And so what I decided to do for this one, it's a candle exchange where we are just buying candles for each other. And then we're going to have a live stream where we're doing a candle fairylight ceremony, and we'll be reading. You are asked to, and by the way, I just want to thank Lord Voivode out there in our audience for this suggestion, because this year we will be reading people's boasts, or their toasts, their boasts, and then their oaths. So when you fill out the form, we ask you to put something that you would like to toast
fell
in.
apart a little bit towards the end.
Yeah, I was expecting roast at the end rather than oath.
Well, I mean,
ghost.
if you want me to roast you,
toast.
God.
Toast.
Casa Nostra.
No.
Did somebody say I get to have a mimosa?
Actually,
Welcome
I've
back to
just
the Island
changed it.
Orbit
It's
Show.
now a toast, a boast, and a mimosa. Our mimosas are the mimosas.
I just want a drink. It's all I'm asking for, man.
By the way, for the candle for your candle, I'm still saving up my earwax. It's not quite ready yet.
Well, that's disgusting. It would probably work though. So
That is so gross.
okay, so
It's almost as bad as the time as I had to have an earbud cut out of my ear.
that did actually happen. Hey,
Remember the guy that had the penny up his nose?
What?
I'm getting feedback from you, so I clicked mute really fast. Yeah, I can definitely get feedback from you.
Is it
So,
positive
okay.
feedback?
Well,
It's
I'm
never
listening
positive
to
feedback.
myself. I'm listening to myself when I get the feedback, so I'm pretty fabulous, and therefore it's super positive.
She just made my head hurt more.
Okay, so let me please. So anyway, in order to both kind of alleviate some of the logistics that go on in doing a long distance exchange, and also in order to continue with our trend that we have here on the channel of just basically finding ways to support our community while the events are down, et cetera, et cetera. What we are doing is I have been over this last week, I've been compiling a list of vendors that want to participate, and I will be sending that out here at the end of the week on Friday to everybody that is signed up. So if you want to do this, go sign up. And then I will be sending your partners to you, and I will be sending a list of participating vendors. And what it is these vendors all have candles in their shop that are $10 and under, or maybe just a few cents over. But we set a price of $10. These vendors, so you can go and buy from them, and then you will be able to input the address of the recipient when you buy from them, and that way you do not have to actually do all of the packing and shipping, etc. You just go pick out the cool thing, put in your recipient's address with a note to them, and then the vendor will take care of it as they normally would.
So we're outsourcing Imbolc for Imbolc.
That was a good one, man. That was a good one. We are.
It's very complicated. I don't like it.
What are you talking about? It's way less complicated than like all of the other giveaways.
You totally made it sound so complicated, though. You like had a 10-minute tirade about how it's gonna work. I'm like going, it's just doesn't. I don't like it.
I mean, all you have to do is go.
See, now you're making her go into a sulk for Imbolc.
Oh, so
This will last. This will last another 10 minutes. Just chill.
What? What is Famazon? Okay, I feel like we're making a reference to something here, and I want to know what that is. And also, I should say, links to the Fairylight sign up. They are in the low bar, but that was also what was going on the screen. So please feel free to go do that. We, as always, will be inviting everybody to. What are you doing to that candlestick?
There's a don't ask. Yeah, that's don't ask, don't tell.
Don't ask things you don't want the answer to.
How do you know that I don't want the answer? Maybe it's just that I don't want you to say the answer out loud here on the show. But I want to know. I want to know after the fact.
Then don't ask on the show.
Good. What's the after party, man?
I only caught it out of the corner of my eye. And then the question came out faster than I had time to process that maybe I don't want to know the answer.
Words
So
came out of
maybe
my
you should-
mouth faster than I could process as the Fairy Princess Lolly autobiography.
I'm just saying that maybe she should stop and think before she speaks, but I don't know if that's a thing.
You
the Fairy
have
Princess Lolly
nothing
story.
but hate for me tonight. What is going on?
calm down.
Right. I'm full of anger and rage. Look at me go.
Well, if you have a no good, terrible, bad day, you can always go to Australia.
I love that. FAE plus Amazon. Amazon.
Claim that.
Yeah, right?
I like that.
I do.
Is that going to be the new name for handmade home shopping? Call it Famazon instead?
No, that's when we do something like a.
I think it should be pronounced Famazon.
Amazon. When we well, I want to actually do this. I want to actually do more things like this where when we have giveaways or whatever it is that we do, that we find ways to rope in vendors, authors, whatever it may be, right? And just throw back that support. So I think it's really fun and a good way to.
An easy idea. It's so much easier than going and buying a candle and then figuring out.
Stormi got it. I mean, see, she's like, no, that's way easy. Thanks.
All about helping out the artists.
I think it's because she was paying attention.
It's true. He's just being angsty.
I feel like the last 5 things you've said to me are all unkind, and I should just go in a corner and cry now or something.
Don't feed the trolls, Stormi. Don't feed Lolly, don't feed the trolls.
I mean, I'm hungry.
So, by the way, I just sent pictures to our chat, but I can also hold them up here. I did see exciting thing at the grocery store today.
What?
Let me see if I can.
I don't. Oh, wait, what picture? Oh, you mean on Ye Old Book of Faces? Okay. Hold on.
Yes, the messenger chat. I
What
can show
are
them
those
my tablet. They're called goblin fingers.
Those scroll
Okay,
between
hold
my
on.
toes.
Okay, show me these. So this thing is crazy. What is it?
Is it pepper? I can't remember.
It's a citron, so I think it's more like in the lemon family.
What?
I think they're more commonly known as Buddha's hand, but this particular brand is called Goblin Fingers.
I'm like, that's a big leap from Buddha to goblin. I mean,
what is it?
Maybe it's a Zen goblin.
It looks like Lovecraft invented a lemon.
I really, really want to taste one now, though, because I like to taste strange and weird foods. So.
Yeah. Okay. What is that?
Actually,
what is the meaning of your face?
Yep. Yep.
Wait, what?
No, but
I feel like
I did think it would be amusing to buy like the weirdest looking fruit that we can for an event, because like I know that they have like this spiked thing, and then there's durian.
A dragon fruit.
There's some.
I tried a dragon
fruit. Are dragon fruit the ones that are round but spiky?
Yes.
Pink.
Yeah, they're kind of pinkish. And then I think a jackfruit is also a star fruit looks pretty cool.
I didn't even know what a jackfruit was until like a year ago. No, it's just I'm walking through the store and it's like, this is a jackfruit, and I'm like, this is.
I tried to Google dragon
next to the orange fruit.
Try to Google dragon fruit, and it just came up with swimsuits for some weird reason. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
The pools are open.
Oh.
I actually think it's Count we're trying to explain off his browser history is what I think it is.
In public? That's the right place to do that?
I try to type in dragon fruit. Instead, I go up bikinis. Just don't mind my browser history, okay?
I assure you that is not what would be embarrassing in my browser history.
Yeah, that's probably true. We could speculate.
With greater
that's a kind of a terrifying thing.
That's safe work. Also, I already got rid of my tuxedo thong.
I was looking forward to seeing you.
There's Morgan's arsenal for Fairy Blossom. He's just going to be unarmed.
Just wear your birthday suit.
I don't. So like fairy blossoms like 3 weeks before my birthday. I don't know if we want that.
What does that mean? You can zest it into dishes. What does the? I'm sorry, I'm looking at cobbles.
Zesting is removing the very outer layer of the fruit.
Why is this not popping up on the screen? There we go. Okay, it's doing what, Ion?
Removing the outer layer of the fruit. So a very large portion of, say, the flavor of a lemon is actually on the skin on the outside, but just the very outside layer.
So what does being able to zest something have to do with the pulp that's in it?
Right?
Nothing. I think what he's saying is that
These are two different thoughts, and I'm just trying to connect them.
That the pulp isn't. There's not enough pulp to use in dishes, but the zest on the outside is quite plentiful and flavorful.
Okay.
Also, thank you, Poppy. Thank you, Poppy, for Poppy's comment about the thong.
He's not joking.
The best part is she knows.
I am so sorry that you had to see that, Poppy. So sorry you had to see that.
I just saw a Fae crystal transfer from the troll realm to the Fae realm. I think it was a Jolly Rancher. Actually, it was a cough drop because I was coughing. Yes.
And you dropped it?
I just like having a reason to throw things at people sometimes.
Okay. So I guess this brings us to the normal point where we would start doing our weird news.
Oh no.
I'm really excited to do.
Nothing happened this week. Nothing happened to anyone this week.
No, nothing happened to any of us this week. Yeah.
I cannot tell you. I sat there and went through the
Anyone,
news, and I was like, "Wow, it was a boring news week."
Actually, because the news is dominated by things in the human realm, which we will not go into, but I'm sure you all know what I mean. Let's see. I thought we already did Man with Chainsaw chases McDonald's employees. Didn't we already do that one?
I don't know. You told me you pulled all the ones we did.
I feel like it needs to be slightly more specific.
Right, I'm like.
I mean, chainsaws and McDonald's, that happens all the time, right?
Usually the guy's dressed like a clown, right?
Yes.
That could be interesting. Okay. Sorry. This is the part where you normally would give us some gossip.
Gossip.
How many times have I told you I'm not doing gossip right now?
You haven't even told me once, so I guess at least once.
I've told you every show that you've asked me for gossip. I'm like, I'm not doing gossip right now.
But, I mean,
every single show, man.
No, not every single show. And by the way, just because you didn't do it last show, why would you not do it this show?
You just want me to make up random things about people, I think. And it's going to get me into trouble, and I don't like it.
That's the real reason.
That's right.
Except for it can't be the real reason because he does it all the time.
Wait, what? Would you not? That is some terrible gossip right there. And I don't like it.
Well, someone else is going to have to do the gossip if you don't. That's what I'm coming out to.
That's also slightly terrifying as well.
I heard a rumor that Gunther is thinking about having some work on his heart.
Yeah.
I've heard
gossip
have
more shaved off.
work done on his horn.
What now?
I just got a pin back,
Yeah.
I like him. They're nice and pinned back and not in my way, and I can actually turn my head while driving the land dragon. It's nice.
less wind resistance, streamlined. They're
Yeah,
more like spoilers. They're for speed.
It's also I don't take out windows with them, so that's a serious thing. No, so you sit there, you go and hold the reins, you turn your head. I can't turn my head because it smacks against the thing. If I turn it this way, it takes out Fairy Princess Loli. So I'm just like, hey.
Okay. Reconsider.
I wish I'd saved it, or maybe I did. One second.
There was literally more than once that I've actually taken out Fairy Princess Loli's eye with my horns because she was sitting too close to me.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. There's pictures somewhere.
I've attacked many of people with my wings.
Nothing. There's no pictures of anything, Fairy Princess Loli. You asked me to do gossip, so I'm trying. She's doing her thinking face. I don't know why.
Because I'm looking at articles.
Just pick two and go.
Oh my gosh! Stop being so mean.
I wish I'd saved it, but I did see a web comic where it was somebody at a convention cosplaying as Tinkerbell, and it was basically a series of panels going, I'm sorry, because every time she turned around, she was whipping somebody in the face with her wings.
It's true.
And then the final page was her trying to cross a room that was fairly crowded, and she's just yelling, I apologize to everyone in advance, for trying to navigate the room with wings, which I think is something that a lot of us can relate to.
Wing clearance is a thing. Okay, so
yes.
we're gonna have a fight between Florida mans. Is what we're gonna have.
I'd just like to say real quick that the last time I cosplayed as Tinkerbell, I had to apologize the whole time, and it's just because I was cosplaying as Tinkerbell.
Well, it's that green. It's that green
Are there
skirt.
pictures of this?
It's the green skirt.
I want to see pictures of you dressed as Tinkerbell. What? No way. Yeah. Okay. I will totally buy somebody a coffee if they send me pictures of Gunther dressed as Tinkerbell.
I'm just saying there's somewhere there's also existences of Gunther dressed as Frankenfurter, so that's a thing too.
Or Frankenfurter. So, okay, we're going to have a Florida man battle here. And so article number 1 is Florida Hunter. So, makes Christmas cookies with python eggs.
Oh, no.
And article number 2 is Florida man accused of setting his own truck on fire to give deputies something to do.
That one.
Ion, please start the timer if you haven't already. So if you would like to hear Florida man that makes Christmas cookies with python eggs, press number 1. And if you would like to hear Florida man who sets his own car on fire, because the cops must be bored, press number 2. All right, what are we looking at here? Well, everybody takes a second to vote. What is this? Freddie Mercury.
That's right.
Love it.
Freddie Mercury as a crane. Or both.
As a crane.
I have transformed into a rabbit.
What is
Oh,
that?
no. I've seen that one before. It's so gross.
Nice.
Is this better?
I don't know. What is it? I'm afraid to add it to stream.
Still.
Oh, we keyboard around with a Roomba.
Just saying. You might summon a thing. That looks like that's that's gonna be painful at some day.
Kind of looks like Baba Yaga's house.
Oh,
a little bit. And it looks like we're ready for our news article.
I see 2 votes for number 2.
There you go.
Timer's up.
All right, here we go. And then, of course, there's Stormi's vote as well, because she's like, that's the one. So, where's my list? Here we go. It's just Florida man? I don't even know.
Florida man, Florida man.
Why does he hate Triangle Man?
Triangle Man, Triangle Man. What was that from? The old one.
I certainly feel like I'm on an episode of Animaniacs.
I have that effect on people.
Here we go. Okay. Florida man accused of setting his own truck on fire to give deputies something to do.
That's considerate.
He's thinking of others.
and giving of his own things.
He's a giver.
Yes. Suspect says he wanted to give himself an early Christmas present. Why is this even a Christmas present? What? Oh, I can't even say that word. Okaloosa County, Florida. A Florida man sent his own truck up in flames because he wanted to give deputies something to do, according to the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office. Deputies said they received reports of a loud explosion on Mare Creek Road in Crestview on December 18th and found a 2002 Chevrolet Silverado fully engulfed in flames. When authorities arrived on the scene, 28-year-old Kevin Murphy immediately admitted to starting the fire, records show. He was placed in handcuffs, and when deputies searched him, they said they found a glass pipe used to smoke methamphetamine in his pocket and a folded-up dollar bill with traces of meth in his wallet.
Ah, there's the real story.
Wow. When questioned,
Just crazy.
When questioned, Murphy said he wanted something for the sheriff's office to do, and he wanted to give himself an early Christmas present, so he set his truck on fire, according to the affidavit.
All the sense.
I just don't even know what to think of that. Records show that Murphy claimed he poured gas inside the Chevy's cab and under the truck, then created a trail away from the vehicle and set the fire. I didn't think something like that actually worked.
Wow.
In the really real world. It sounds so hokey and TV show-like.
It does.
Deputies said...
It doesn't work in the real world. It works in Florida.
And we will never acknowledge that as being part of the real world. Just saying.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. Deputies said that no one was injured, but the fire did cause minor damage to a nearby vehicle and building. The Dorcas Fire Department extinguished the flames. Murphy is facing charges of second-degree arson, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of paraphernalia. So, is it illegal to set fire to your own car?
Yeah, it's still technically arson.
Yeah.
Surely. You're causing the use of resources to control such fire to be expended.
I want to see what the actual definition of arson is.
In this case, it's Carson, though.
Well, if he plans to get insurance from it, it's definitely arson.
That would be fraud. Man, I can't believe you just said that. It's so bad. House Lou would appreciate that, I think. Let's see. So arson, the definition...
Arson and fraud can't go together.
I'm not saying they can't.
No, I think she was talking about my joke, with it being Carson, not just arson.
Yes, it's Carson. No? Okay. Okay, so the definition of arson, according to Uncle Google, now I've totally lost the screen that I had it on. There it is the criminal act of deliberately setting fire to property. So it says criminal act.
Yeah, curious.
So there must be, what is the legal definition? A crime.
I think there's still a danger, even if it's your own pickup. I think there's still a danger to set fire to something with a gas tank.
Yeah, probably. Like you can do this if you have a permit in the right space to do this in. But if it's not zoned for it, they probably ding them on something weird like that.
A different definition says that it's related to houses, like the burning of a dwelling or a building or a place where a place where people live, so like an apartment, and it says nothing at all about other property. That's law.cornell.edu. I don't know. Ooh, hiccups. Hello. So I'm sure those definitions vary too from state to state or something like that. So that's not that surprising. We saw that picture last week. Okay, there you go. Meth head Florida man was setting fires to cars. Okay, that one is done. Next round of article battles. Let's see. I need to put Florida man onto my extinguished list. Sometimes
and she wonders why I give her crap all the time.
Now everyone's getting it done the game.
Yeah, apparently.
Blame on.
Okay, we're gonna do the mermaid taking to the sea. The mermaids. Okay, the mermaids taking to the sea at Aussie beaches versus Scandinavian birthdays are dark AF. Those are the two that we're going to battle it out. 5 points. So yeah, if you would like to hear about mermaids taking to the beach in Australia, press number 1. If you would like to hear about dark AF Scandinavian birthdays, press number 2.
Are those only Scandinavian birthdays in the winter?
I guess we have to read the article to find out. Oh, we have a bunch of votes for number 2. Everybody's like, give us the dark. I think it's because it's still winter time and everybody is still all about the darkness, the creepy darkness.
It's cold.
It's black and tenebrous out there, dark.
Are you having fun talking about the darkness then?
Yes, I am the night. We have 1, 2.
Darkness falls, everyone takes 7 points of damage.
I'm just saying that you can't be the night if your favorite color is rainbow.
My favorite color is glitter.
Yeah, dark rainbow.
Even worse.
I could be a rainbow in shades of gray.
Did
you know,
the grayscale rainbow?
Shades of gray or shades of cray? Because I don't know.
Time's up.
Okay. So basically, everybody, I'm sorry, everybody mostly wants to hear number 2. So here we go, the darkness. Yes, Scandinavian birthday.
I cast magic missile.
At the darkness? I had Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound already cast. No, you said you just wanted the components. You never told me you cast the spell.
I can't believe you remember that much. I haven't heard that sketch in so long. I'm just over there quoting it off the top. Okay, somebody. I mean, this is an awesome vote, I guess, for article number 1 right here. Save versus darkness +5. Okay, still though, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Whoa, what is in the way? Go away thing. Advertisement. Scandinavian birthdays are dark as. What is this a picture of exactly? It's sort of like a weird person or something in a pizza box. I don't know. From the outside, Scandinavia appears to be a delightful combination of twee and goth. What's twee? Anybody? Twee. Combination of, it says a delightful combination of twee and goth, like tweed, but without the D. Just tweed.
No. Tweed tends to mean cute. Let me look up the exact definition.
Okay. They've got all that sleek furniture and higgy business. I think that's a yogurt or something, isn't it? As well as long, cold, dark winters and their own genre of death metal. Oh, their death metal is hilarious. Some of those, remember the death metal commercials? What?
Is an adjective British, excessively or affectedly quaint, pretty.
Huh. Well, okay. It's no surprise.
It's basically saying super cute and goth.
Yeah.
I kind of like that word twee. It's really fun. Twee.
I kind of like how Stormi went, yeah, at the end of it.
Okay, it is perhaps no surprise then that the residents of Viking Land, what? That's actually a place of oh, maybe they're just referring to Scandinavia as Viking Land. I was like, there's a city named Viking Land? What? Can use something as conceptually antithetical as a birthday to remind everyone that death is inevitable. Have you ever heard the Swedish birthday song? Well, we've heard the birthday dirge.
I'm just saying that you thought Scandinavia was a country. It's actually a region.
Scandinavia was a country?
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Okay. Oh. Okay. I've been corrected in the comments. Higgy is a slow living, cozy lifestyle. It was super popular this last winter. Well, what's the name of that yogurt that's in the? That's the sticky.
Froyo.
No, it's Stygge. That's it. I think that's how it's. Oh, and it's pronounced Huga. Okay, I'm learning so many things. How do you guys even know all of this? Is that Will Wheaton?
Because our viewers are very, very smart, and we need the best viewers who are so intelligent and so learned and have a vast array of knowledge.
Be careful because one of them has a dagger with which to now stab you. So.
Is the Huga next to the sugar?
Okay. Instead of have a good day on this, the anniversary of your birth, they're all hope you don't die. Yes, yes, may he or she live. Yes, may he or she live. Yes, may he or she live for 100 years. Of course he or she will live. Of course she will live. Of course she will live for 100 years. Hooray, 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 hooray. And that's basically a morbid version of For He's a Jolly Good Fellow. But it used to be a drinking song because, of course, it did. And the full version takes a sharper turn into graphic violence than any grunge music video. Yes, may he live. Yes, may he live. May he live for 100 years. Sure he will live. Sure he will live. Sure he will live for 100 years. And when he has lived, and I'm just going to not repeat it all that, we're just going to skip to the important part, then he should be shot.
What?
And when he has lived to 100 years, then he should be shot. Then he should be shot. Then he should be shot forward in a wheelbarrow.
What?
What?
If only they had a Holocaust cloak.
I'm just asking, have you ever been shot forward in a wheelbarrow?
I mean, like when you're riding in a wheelbarrow and you accidentally hit a log or something or a rock and the person pushing is like, ah, and you fly out of a wheelbarrow?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's fun. It's like coming off of a swing.
Not when you're 100 years old. I mean, when you're rich and wrinkle, you don't want to get shot from the wheelbarrow.
How would you like to go out if you were 100 years old? Sounds boring.
I definitely would not like to at all. I would like to go out after that.
Oh, he's living forever, guys.
That's right.
How greedy.
Let's see.
It's always better to die tomorrow than today.
And when he has lived for 100 years, then he should be shot. No, we did that one. And when he's been shot, and when he's been shot, and when he's been shot forward on a wheelbarrow, then he should be hanged. Wow. He should be hanged on a horse back to front.
This sounds like an instructional guide on how to kill a vampire. Just saying.
And when he's been hung on a horse back to front, then he should be drowned. Yes, drowned, and he should be drowned in a bottle of champagne.
Is this from the Song of Solomon?
So why is this song trolling us?
Meanwhile, a high point of any Danish child's birthday party is the Kagamond, literally the cake man, which is exactly what it sounds like. A cake in the shape of a person, complete with candy hair and clothes. What's so disturbing about a 3D gingerbread man? Well, after the cake is presented to the child, and everybody probably sings the icy grip of death.
Person-shaped cake.
And now if we could all turn to page 213 in our hymnals for the icy grip of death.
This is where I mentioned that Scandinavian countries tend to have the highest suicide rates. But
anyway, it's customary for the child to seize a knife and slash the cake man's throat while everyone screams in terror. Why? No one seems to know. Probably to scare away outsiders who want in on all that socialism and winter fashion. That's it, isn't it? Clever Scandinavians.
What?
I'm just saying these are the people that invented the blood eagle.
I just think I want to hijack this birthday celebration for like a greening party for a goblin, right? That would be the best.
So I was very disappointed that this did not actually happen my last birthday. Just saying.
This is what we're going to do for Gunther's birthday this year.
So you got to memorize the hymn though, otherwise it doesn't work well.
Otherwise, it's not the same.
I feel like I need to. So there was a little video that was in here that I didn't know there was going to be a video, so I didn't put the sound on. Of course, I'm kind of afraid to play the video because I don't want to run afoul of YouTube, but I super want to hear the tune of this new, not call it the birthday dirge, but it's the birthday icy death grip song.
Birthday icy.
Just remember, you gotta sing it with death metal voice. I was like,
yes, may he be hung, may he be launched from a wheelbarrow. I'm just saying. Okay, so that was a pretty good one, actually. We'll have to circle back to that one because it was interesting.
Happy birthday to you,
Inspector Gadget.
Oh man, yeah, that kind of Dr. Claw.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
Oh my
Oh, okay. Oh, let's see. So while you guys are over there, like all I remember of Dr. Claw is that all of his agents, instead of saluting like this, they would go like this and then knock themselves out. There's something weird about that. I feel like there's something. We definitely live eclectic lives. When I read an article title that's Gravedigger is accused of stealing gold teeth from corpses, and my immediate response is there's nothing unusual about that. Move on to the next article.
What are you talking about?
Well, there isn't anything unusual about that. What do you think gravediggers are doing? They're stealing things from corpses and gold.
No. Gravediggers are the ones who dig the graves to put people in.
I think they mean like somebody.
Gravediggers dig the graves that people go in. They're not supposed to make a withdrawal.
Yeah,
you're thinking of grave robbers.
I think you mean an extraction. A resurrectionist, is that what you're trying? They're not supposed to make an extraction.
If we're talking about the Victorian era.
Exhumists?
But yes. Exhumists, yeah. No. Grave robbers is what you're thinking of. Grave diggers are supposed to deposit, not withdraw.
Well, I don't think of. I guess I don't even think of grave diggers. Or not grave diggers, grave robbers. Usually with that word. Usually, if I am thinking of the
You don't think of grave robbers as somebody who robbed graves?
No, I don't think of grave robbers as grave robbers. I think of them as resurrectionists because that's the old word for grave robber.
I'm just saying that this is not a normal conversation in any bounds. So if you're passing over it,
I'm trying to figure out if it's too.
I vote that we go with the guy who's named Count Morbid.
You know, the one with 2 stones in front of his house, right?
Okay,
I don't tell you how to glitter, okay? I don't tell you how to sparkle.
Is it too late to discuss my fan theory about Dr. Claw?
What?
Is it too late to discuss my fan theory about Dr. Claw? There's no Dr. Claw, it's the cat. And there's a robot hand that pets him. Just a hand.
That's amazing.
That sounds like
So, just the cat. There's nothing else.
That literally sounds like our cat.
You don't get to see the cat's face when he's talking to the agents.
Oh my god. Like, hi, I'm Bob the Necromancer, and welcome to my unboxing video. Starts digging at the grave.
You know, the thing about necromancy is romance is its middle name.
Is what?
Its middle name.
You can't have romance.
Oh,
you can't have. Yeah.
Well, man, that's cold.
By the way, Nick, being a necromancer means you can make friends.
Ow, is happening. All my comments are going crazy.
You got it under control there, Fairy Princess Lolly. Are you all right?
I don't have anything under control. What are you talking about right now? Everything is completely out of control. Like,
so are we just?
She's still here. It was so out of control that she lost her mind, hit a button, and it all clears down. So it's gonna take her.
I imagine she's running behind you, just shrieking throughout your castle.
She started shrieking when it closed.
I accidentally clicked my mouse button over the little red X button that says Leave Studio, which kicks me out of the screen. Like, I was laughing so hard. My finger clicked it, and my mouth was moving around as I was laughing.
She doesn't realize that if you hit back, it takes you right back into the studio.
What? That's what I just did.
Oh, it took you a minute, didn't it?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, that's not what I did. Like, I left the whole thing, the stream and everything. I didn't just take myself into the backstage. I left the entire backstage too. Like the whole, yeah, it was anyway. So, okay. So here's what we're gonna duke it out over here this time. French woman spends 3 years trying to prove she is not dead. Versus this Georgia airport is the creepiest to fly into. So if you want to hear about a French woman who spends 3 years trying to prove she's not dead, press number 1. If you want to hear about a Georgia airport that's the creepiest to fly into, press number 2. Number 1, French woman. Number 2, creepy Georgia airport.
And now
time
for Stormi yoga.
I kind of want to do some yoga. You know what? You should do that, Stormi. You should just come. We should just have an episode where you do yoga and we all do yoga with you. I would love that, actually. I miss doing yoga.
It's very awkward to see her just from the waist down. I'm just saying.
You could rename some of the poses to be fae themed. It'd be great.
Downward bunny.
Downward bunny. Should you call the warrior pose the wing pose instead?
Yes.
Yes. Although, what's the one about the tree? Where you go like this, but you stand on a triangle leg? Yes. But I can't remember what it's called. Is it just called the tree pose?
It's so freaking impossible.
I can do that.
That's amazing because you usually fall.
Right.
while I walk.
That, yes, I can do that.
Look, I'm going to go across the living room. Look, I'm on the ground.
I can't walk across my own living room, but I can definitely do what Stormy was just doing.
I'm the same. I'll trip over my own feet, but
But then they like contort your body and balance on one big toe while lifting this X-Wing fighter out of a swamp. And you're like, I've got this.
I can do that.
Let's see. Okay, so
The timer is up for the record.
and basically everybody has voted. They have all voted for number 2, and number 2 was the creepy Georgia airport. So
Everyone wants to hear the creepy morbid stuff. Morbid, or like hitting people.
he's casting spells on people. Go. Okay, let's see. Where is it?
Oh, wow.
Let's see. This Georgia airport. There we go. This Georgia airport is the creepiest to fly into. And of course there's like, oh, that's not it. Okay. If you're flying in or leaving Savannah Hilton Head International Airport, hey, Gunther down there, you've been to Savannah. Have you been to the airport?
Yeah.
You might spot two gravestones. I think that might be
They're
a
like getting
typo.
feedback from you.
So let me tell you something about Savannah, okay? First off, it's a bloody swamp. Second of all, they have submerged graveyards and actual, like they say, the entire town is bloody haunted.
So how do they keep the bodies from floating away in their...
They're still underground. It's just flooded.
Well,
There
I mean,
are swampy places that don't bury their people underground because it's too floody and they just come out to sea.
No, it flooded afterwards.
okay.
It's right up the interstate on your way heading towards Charleston. It's crazy.
Here we go. You might spot 2 gravestones embedded into the tarmac.
Yeah.
At first glance, you might think it is just a repair on the runway, but it's actually the resting place of Richard and Catherine Dotson. Back in the 1800s, the Dotsons owned a large farm on the outskirts of Savannah where the airport sits today. The couple was buried in their family cemetery on the same land, along with over 100 other family members, slaves, and farm workers. Catherine passed away in 1877, and Richard died 7 years later. The couple rested peacefully on this land until the airport began expansion of runway 10. Descendants of the Dotsons gave permission for the airport to move most of the remains to another cemetery, but wanted Catherine and Richard to remain buried on the land. Instead of just paving over the site, the airport opted to honor their memory by putting these 2 headstones on the runway. To this day, the family is escorted onto the runway to visit. This is the only known graves. These are the only known graves that are embedded into an airport runway.
And from what I understand, it's actually got writing on it. If you go scroll up there,
Like this?
Keep going up.
Here?
Keep going up.
Oh,
That is
okay.
actually, those are the tombstones. They actually have, did you put on sound?
No, I didn't when I opened the page because I didn't know there was video. So, but
Yeah.
I just...
There's actually, if they show it, there's actually words embedded onto those tombs.
I'm just kind of... Well, interesting.
It just tells the story too. But yeah, it's Savannah's a crazy place, man, because it's like very morbid and haunted, and everybody's like, yeah, it's cool.
Sounds kind of cool.
It's also you can't hear them rolling in their graves.
Yeah,
It's
that's
too loud there.
I actually kind of want to see them. I would try to take pictures if I was coming or going, whichever way.
There is a year-round haunted tour they have there in Savannah. That they actually take you around town, horse and buggy style, to all the haunted places there. It's really kind of cool. I have friends of mine that were like guides on that tour at one point.
Well, that is certainly less scary an airport than Hong Kong apparently has, where airplanes actually turn in between buildings.
Nope.
So, what are we humming now? What are you looking for?
Okay, so there's. Coming through your mic.
She's coming through my mic.
Okay, so there's an article that I just want to read, so I'm just gonna read it because I can, and you know, it's all about Disney and castles and things. And I sort of previewed this video, and also I will have to give that picture that you sent a Lord Voivode, if I'm saying your name right. I will have to send that to Gunther, and we can put it in the queue for next week. And let me find this article, though. Here we go. I will read it to you guys. Here's the title. I'm just making a command executive decision for this one, and then we'll go back to voting. Here we go. As someone built a $200 million village of Disney-like castles realizes his mistake when it's too late.
What?
Look at that. Right?
Why?
Why not?
I can show you the world.
Question. How tall are the castles? Are they short enough that if you put on a Godzilla costume and go through the town, is it entertaining?
I mean, I don't know. So here we go. Hundreds of Disney-like chateau being
Sorry,
built
Mario.
for wealthy.
Sorry, Mario. Your princess is in another duplex.
Being built for wealthy Gulf investors have just got their new residence, Ghosts. The Burj Al Baba's residential area project in Turkey's northern Bolu province began in 2014, but its developer, the Saro Group, has failed to come up with the required amount of money for finishing the medieval castles.
Oh my goodness.
That is so amazing.
I mean, that looks more like Victorian homes than castles, but fair enough.
So the Saro Group was recently slapped with a court-ordered bankruptcy ruling over the Burj Al Babas for $27 million in debt. The suburb project was designed to include 732 chateau-style villas, swimming pools, Turkish baths, health and beauty centers, and a shopping center and a mosque, according to its website. And even though customers from Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia have bought around 350 of the 587 quiche villas built, it's not enough. We couldn't get about $7.5 million receivables for the villas we have sold to Gulf counties. The newspaper quoted, we applied for bankruptcy protection, but the court ruled bankruptcy. We will appeal the ruling.
Silly human things.
Look at this place. Is there more? There must be more to this article. I think it would be so cool if artists or whatever, maybe interior designers or just various people, were allowed to apply to just live in one of these under the conditions that they basically finish their own house project and make it some sort of cool, unique, like each one is its own unique artistic, like it has a theme or colors, paint. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be the coolest?
I would be down for that.
I think the giving directions on where to go in this village would be difficult. Yeah, down the road. There's a big castle. You can't miss it.
There's a big. Oh no.
The court also ordered the group to stop all construction immediately, leaving a site full of abandoned houses. But Yurdelin remains hopeful. The project is valued at $200 million, he said. We only need to sell 100 villas to pay off our debt. By the way, I read somewhere else or heard somewhere else that these are selling for about $400,000 American, which means it's probably a little over 200,000 pounds for a castle in Turkey. in like a, I wonder if they have an HOA, right? Or if it's a COA, right?
There's not much out there, it looks like what? It's
A Castle Owners Association.
weird.
I believe we can get over this crisis in 4 to 5 months and partially inaugurate the project in 2019. Well, that was a couple years ago now, bud.
I wonder how the pandemic's helped this project go along.
And I'd like a castle for each of my servants.
Who pays for that? What are we doing with our money here? Come on. I feel like it's things better that you could do with your money.
You should look at one of the more recent comments about invading. It's not easy.
I'm reading these. I'm just reading these comments, right? And I'm thinking, it's just sort of emphasizing to me how I feel like I have such a different outlook on this. Because I mean, what a horrific layout! This reminds me of Edward Scissorhands' neighborhood, but at least those homes were in different colors with interesting shrubbery. Well, I mean, are you slow, Sophia? This is an unfinished housing project. Of course, there's no landscaping and all of that stuff. It got halted mid-project. Like, what are you? Look at, they don't even have doors and stuff on them yet, right? They're halfway built. There's nothing here. Of course, they look bad, so to speak. But I mean, what a horrific layout! I can't possibly think of anything interesting to do with this awesome freaking place, right? Just. Oh, it's terrible. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but it just it always looks bad if somebody just copy and paste the same tree over and over again.
Yeah.
I mean, like even when they're building suburbs, at least they make the houses slightly different.
Does my castle have to look like the castle next door?
Little castles on the hilltop.
I think it can be quite awesome because you can finish it to be whatever you'd like, I imagine. Unless there, of course, is a Castle Owners Association.
They're just also judgmental and kind of boring. I mean, really, like, it's a massive city of castles, and people are like, "Oh, it's terrible," and I'm over here like, "That is so awesome! I would live there."
Excuse me, Morbid. You need to trim your hedge maze. Because you've let it grow 2 inches too long.
Having a castle if what is the point of having a castle if everyone else has one too? I want lord it for the peons. Damn it!
This is why I live in a mountain.
If everyone has the exact same thing, then it's not special.
Like, that is not, well, one, that's not true. Okay, like I don't care what everyone else has. I want one of my own. I want to just pick one of those up and bring it over here and put it on a piece of property, and that would be
out here. Yes,
it would be awesome.
Way better and more useful.
Yes, it would look great. Again, if you could cut and paint somewhere else, it'd be great. Looking at 500 of them in one neighborhood is off-putting.
We're not even supposed to leave our homes right now. What are you talking about? I'm not going to look at it. I'm not looking out the window. If I had a place that big, I would stay inside all the time. There. It would be awesome. I wouldn't have to go anywhere.
I'd get lost.
Right? Or maybe I could travel. If I had a place that big, I could just travel about Roman style, where I have a litter, right? And just people carry me around like on the little sticks, doop, 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 doop. And therefore everything is curtained. And there's like inside I can lay down, and I don't have to actually see anything. If I want to peek outside, I can be like, whoop, through my curtain.
This is a sharp contrast to our discussion earlier about our eyes getting real wide while driving.
I know, right?
She just wants to be carried around, is what it boils down to.
And look at the beautiful landscape.
No, see, what happened was is she watched Aladdin, and because of that, she wants to see if people will start running around dancing on elephants while carrying her down the road.
There is a castle in Paulsboro, Washington. I drive by it a lot. There is?
There's castles all over Washington. I've been to one.
Wait, haven't we been there?
I don't know. I'm looking it up right now. Let's see. No, we have not been to this one.
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked.
And appalled.
I'm amazed. Let's see. In kits. So here we go. It says you can, for $680 a night, you can stay in a castle in, okay, wait, I'm just going to share this with you guys so you can see what I'm looking at. Hold on. Nope, not that one. This one. So this is what I found on a quick search. Here we go. So stay in a castle in Little Norway's quiet countryside. And I guess...
It doesn't look like a castle. It looks like a very nice house.
Well, let's look at pictures.
Are there any fortifications?
Are there ramparts?
Yeah, you have to have ramparts.
Embattlements? Arrow slits?
I need a tower.
You don't see a single cannon on that thing.
There isn't even one trebuchet mounted up there somewhere. Let's see.
That means they're vulnerable to being invaded with FAE underwear.
Beware of the FAE thong.
Dog shots all around.
Sort of painted a drawbridge on these regular doors. That's... I like that. I like the staircase. And I like how the lamps kind of whoop.
That staircase looks fine for you to fall up it.
Which I'm certain I could probably actually do. What is up with this pillow and these chairs? These are the tackiest thing ever. And I like tacky stuff a lot. So I feel like if I say it's tacky, it's definitely tacky.
We know.
I was going to say, I have a shirt that matches that pillow.
I don't like the floors.
This one's not bad because it's kind of stone, but the blue... Yeah, this blue floor is
It's weird.
Don't like it.
But it's not a castle floor.
That's what I'm saying. And I don't know, like this carpet, what's going on? I just feel like all of these things
what is it that you expect, Stormi, for a castle floor?
What?
What is it you expect for a castle floor?
Like white marble?
White marble? Okay.
It's some kind of stone or wood that you then put maybe a huge carpet over if you wanted to.
A carpet made out of bear pelts or something?
Yeah.
No.
The bar apparently cast that 70s vibe. Like, you could see William Shatner singing Rocket Man from it.
I don't like any of these paintings back here. What's going on? They actually don't look like paintings. They look like they're photographs that have been printed onto canvas. They have no frames and they're hung there. I'm being so judgmental right now of this place because I'll tell you what, if somebody said, okay, $600, you want to go stay there? I'd be like, I'm in, right? I would go do it anyway. Oh, I was wondering, did I call that or what?
Castle worthy.
I just feel like, come on, like classic art or something. What? Not pictures of the marina nearby.
Yeah, that's weird. Marina nearby.
It'd be slightly better with pictures of outside.
I think it's funny that they show off the dishwasher in these pictures too.
Ooh, a hospital entrance. That's cool.
No, it's not.
It's cool.
This doesn't look like
it's really cool.
It's a circular portal. That's all.
There's nothing at all strange about portals. Just feel free to walk right through.
That's right.
Oh, and there's a kitchen. Kitchen looks good.
I hear a dog.
That looks too much like a hotel. I guess it's supposed to be a place you can stay, though, that's a hotel-like, so I guess that makes sense.
Turns out when you're taking pictures to put online, you want it to look clean.
Is this so that you can drive your bathtub? The steering wheel for your... so you can run in the bath? Oh. Look, I these chairs are the ugliest. Get rid of them.
I was just going to say the only reason why she brought up the thing about the bathtub is because that's what she was thinking she wanted to do if she took a bath in the bathtub.
So not dissimilar from Snoopy's, house, bed / airplane. Yep.
Well, okay. So, I mean, I feel like we saw so many castles when we drove across the country, and I just want to go see more.
Oops, you missed one.
Even saw a very small castle in Chicago.
I like how these look sort of like a queen in a chessboard queen, and I
looks
like
a rook to me.
But it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Looks like a queen.
It looks like a rook.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. I like that sink bowl. But palm trees? What? Oh, this is Washington. Washington, mate. No, we don't have palm trees here. They're imported.
Yes, we do.
Ooh, those beds look like they fold up into that wall, don't they?
By the way,
No, they don't.
so I may have to go soon because people are going to sleep here and I'm very loud.
Are we yelping this bed and breakfast right now? Is that what's going on?
This is my Yelp review. I like that fireplace.
Why is this happening?
Ooh,
What? Why are we
ooh,
doing?
that's pretty.
It's a big screen TV with frame.
I thought it is a TV. I thought that was a white wall that was like through an entry. Like you would.
It could be a rear projection TV or perhaps just a weird screen.
Ooh, a theater.
Yeah, it's a weird screen because there's the DPL.
Massage. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Gunther.
Yeah.
Gunther. Okay.
It was so bad, Stormi left.
Aw, don't say that. Don't say that, Vizzini. Please.
This is my favorite segment of the show.
So there's one. So I've been to the Spokane Castle House, which is sort of like a bunch of bricks. Like the guy had a house and then he sort of built it out in his yard, and it's got.
They should look on the YouTubes for our video tour.
I don't know if I ever actually did a video of the Spokane Castle House. I definitely have a picture of it up on Instagrams.
I'm pretty sure we did a video.
We took video. I don't think because we did a geocache, I think, while we were out there, but I don't think that I ever actually completed that video.
That's a lot of editing that she wanted no part of, is what she just said.
I have a lot of uncompleted geocache videos, so let's see.
We need a video department. If anybody wants to do video department for free, let us know.
I'm going to see. I'm going to pull up a picture of it here, and you can tell me if this looks like the right castle. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, this picture has Sissy in it. She's so cute.
So what you're saying is we need a Pixie Flicks editor? No, that didn't work out.
Nope, didn't. Okay. Okay, tell me if this is the right place that you are thinking about. Here. Oh. You didn't want to do that.
Excellent execution. You're doing great.
Is this castle house that you're talking about in Spokane?
Now just wait for the play.
I've definitely been to that one. Let's see. Oh gosh, it's 9:25. Should we do one last article, you guys? There is one that's kind of interesting.
Nope.
Sure, let's do another one.
I could just make a command decision and read the last one, or because I thought this one sounded interesting. Grand Warlock of Mexico issues forecast for 2021. Like he's a tarot reader or something, and he issues his. And I'm wondering, is this the year that the world ends? Right.
How do you earn the title Grand Warlock?
I think I don't know. Maybe it's his magical name. Or maybe it's part of his tradition. I don't know. Anna Cordes has a castle-shaped house. I have not seen or heard about that one either. So, okay, let me see. The Grand Warlock, I kind of want to hear what the 2021 forecast is, but let's just also take I'll look at one quick, let's see. Mermaids, fishermen rescue a naked fugitive. No, let's see.
Apparently, that castle that you showed was in fact the castle that he was talking about.
Yes. There's a giant mushroom in the backyard. Like a giant blue and pink mushroom. It's actually pretty awesome. I tried to link it. I don't know. I'm just gonna read about it, I think, because I don't know. I don't like any. Well,
either
okay.
read about it or don't, man.
Because we're talking about the giant Grand Warlock or whatever. This is our battle. Grand Warlock of Mexico issues forecast for 2021 versus the time that Black Sabbath couldn't find Ozzy Osbourne.
No.
If you want to hear about the Grand Warlock of Mexico, press number 1. And if you want to hear about Black Sabbath losing Ozzy Osbourne, press number 2.
I mean, it can't be nearly as bad.
Did they check on the crazy train?
That's how you become, by the way, the Grand Warlock. You earn 11,000 experience points.
I'm just saying, during the filming of Animal House, they lost John Belushi quite a few times. He often woke up in other people's houses in Eugene. It's crazy.
I'm just saying that for Ozzy Osbourne, they should have checked the crazy train.
I'm gonna say, I feel like he gets lost easily.
The rails on a crazy train. Let's see. I might actually have a picture of me licking this giant mushroom somewhere. Trying to lick it. I don't know. There it is. What?
What?
I didn't do nothing. So innocent.
Sharon, make me a burrito.
Here we go. There.
Oh wow. The giant mushroom.
I told you. Nobody ever believes me when I say things, and I don't even know.
As it turns out, the time is up.
She also has a video somewhere of her in a slap fight with a raptor. So
I was curious.
Like, I mean, it was actually, I think it was supposed to be a dragon, but at the time I thought it was a T-Rex, or maybe it's the other way around. I'm not entirely sure.
She was definitely trying to slap fight it, though. It was funny.
I was trying to slap fight it. Like we were having a slap fight. So let's see. By the way, I'm not sure who this is, but hello and welcome to our crazy crowd. Like, thank you for joining us. You have said funny things all night, and it has been very amusing. So let's see. So I guess everybody, what do we have? We have 1 vote for 1. Wait. Oh, it's got to be 1 and 2. We have 1 vote for 2 and 2 votes for 1. So number 1 was Grand Wizard, and the next one, man. Okay, Grand Wizard first then, and we'll see. Count Morbid might have to leave us though after that because, you know, I guess is it a gnome that you live with? The garden gnome that you live with is gonna get mad at you because they're his rose bushes, right?
He's trying to. Yes. He's trying to sleep, so I may have to go. I think I actually shall go. Bye.
Oh, okay. Goodbye, Count Morbid.
Go now. Spook you later.
Okay. A colorful, self-proclaimed clairvoyant, yes, okay, in Mexico, known as the country's Grand Warlock, has issued his forecast for 2021. Much like his fellow prognosticators around the world, the start of January is the proverbial busy season for Antonio Vasquez, who holds an annual gathering in which he shares what he envisions for the coming year. By virtue of his striking appearance and bold predictions, the purported psychic's yearly announcement of what is to come over the next 12 months is a popular event in Mexico, where it garners considerable media attention. And so, as is tradition, Vasquez reportedly took to the stage last week to share a bread and predictions for the new year. According to the Grand Warlock, the coronavirus starts to be mastered between May and June, but it doesn't end this year. To that end, he ominously warned of a second pandemic in the form of widespread financial difficulties facing people around the world due to the slow economic recovery. I feel like he's not actually predicting anything. He's just like telling people what kind of the logical result of recently current events would be.
He's reading the news, it sounds like.
For those seeking more specific predictions to test Vasquez at this time next year, he also predicted that the Summer Olympics set for Tokyo will once again be postponed and that this will be announced at a press conference in February. As for here in America, the Grand Warlock forecast a difficult time for President Trump shortly after leaving office. Trump is not going to remain silent. He will continue strong until February, Vasquez said. But he will have many problems following that time period, possibly involving marital discord, illness, and legal issues. With regards to natural disasters, the prognosticator foresees an increase in hurricanes, floods, and small earthquakes, but no particularly catastrophic event. Before one gets too depressed over the Olympics being postponed for another year, the look back at the Grand Warlock's predictions for 2020 indicates that there may be no need to worry about such an event unfolding. That's because last January, he predicted that Donald Trump would be reelected, a tremendous war would erupt between the United States and Iran, and that Mexico would have great success at the Summer Olympics, which ultimately were not held. Additionally, the Grand Warlock had nary a word to say about a global pandemic when he issued his forecast for 2020, suggesting that perhaps the soothsaying may be more show than substance. Rough.
Why don't we lead with that? His credibility.
And on that note, that week we merged his. You know, I think that you're very unseemly down there, Miss Stormy. You're quite the little mischief maker.
That's part of her charm, isn't it?
It is part of her charm. Nothing to see here. Sweet, innocent. I do sort of want to see how you don't think we should do the Aussie. Let's save Aussie up one for next time.
Yeah,
I'll put that one on next week's list. We'll keep it there. Okay. So with that said, that brings us basically to the end of the show for tonight. And you guys, if you do want to send us pictures, if you want to send us articles, you can feel free to hop in our Discord and send those to us. You can, we have actually a tiny URL form for sending in FAE news. That's in the low bar. You can click that and submit articles there, and we can get them on the list. So we try
or
to
you can find me on Facebook. I'm on there at the Hammerhands.
Yeah, actually, you can get our Facebook pages. I do want to say though, we steer away from we like to steer away from violence, politics, and adult content, if you will. So those are the things that we like to steer away from. And I don't know. This is so. Other than that, it's Wednesday. I hope we will see you guys on Friday and again on Sunday. Please join our Imbolc candle exchange. Help us support handmade vendors. I will be sending everybody's partners out Friday, so please get that link here. I'll throw it up really quick. Hit the like and subscribe for us. Maybe I won't throw it up really quick because I don't even remember where I put that thing. Here we go.
Also, feel free to join the YouTube channel or our Patreon.
I just said like and subscribe. Oh, you mean join? Yes, you can do that. Actually, the fairy press for this month has not gone out yet. So if you join now, you're still in time to get this month's newsletter. So anyway,
remember, if you join the Patreon, you are entered to win every drawing that we do.
Yes, also the YouTube. If you join either and or all of those, for a maximum of 3 entries per drawing per person. So we will always get your name in there.
It's crazy.
Okay, guys, we are outies and have a good night. We will see you all in a couple of days. Bye.
So long and thanks for the fish.
Yes. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night.